Hey, today we're going to be talking about tell and show right now on The Front.
Thanks for tuning in to Lead the Teams, The Front.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Front. My name is Mike Phillips, and I will be your host. And as always, please check out leadtheteam.tv. Subscribe to my YouTube channel there for some free leadership and management tips, a little bit of sales training, and some other good video stuff that I do. Also, please check out my audio podcasts on iHeartRadio, on Google Play, and on iTunes. And then certainly, if you're either watching or listening to this, and there's a spot you can comment down below, participate in the comments down below, share your opinions, ask questions, as often that leads to a really excellent future show. So today I'm talking about tell and show. And it's a little bit like show and tell from the days of old. If you remember when we were in school, and I have two kids in elementary school right now, so this to me it hits home, right? I have two kids in school, and when they do show and tell, one of the things, for example, my middle son, he's got this beehive that they harvested from his grandparents' house, from my in-laws' house, and it's a really cool beehive that becomes a conversation piece. So several times he's taken it for show and tell. He takes it to school and he shares it. And then, you know, when you're taking your show and tell, whether it's something like the beehive or a cool toy or whatever it is, you get to be that center of attention when you're handling that show and tell portion, because you're sharing with the audience. You're maybe sharing some statistics or some information or why that piece is important to you. So you're showing them the item, and then you're telling them all of those things, and you get to be that kind of the class rock star, if you will. So in leadership, it's much the same way, only the inverse. It's tell and show. And the reason I'm talking about tell and show is because in leadership and in management, when we are training people, we're training employees, we're training, I'm, as everyone knows, I work in an automotive dealership in a BDC center. And so when we're training people, first, the fundamentals of training, I'm going to kind of review this, and then I'll get back to tell and show here in a second. But the fundamentals of training, first, you have to tell people what you're going to tell them when you're training them. Then you tell them the subject matter, and then you tell them what you told them. That's one of the keys to training, right? Tell them what you're going to tell them, i.e. a syllabus or a classroom plan or whatnot, or even in a one-on-one. You tell them what you're going to tell them, then you tell them the content. You spend all the time, the 20, 30, 40 minutes, the seminar, whatever it is, spending time telling them the content and teaching. And then you tell them what you told them. You review for the last little bit. And that's kind of, in my opinion, the fundamentals, how you can get somebody really trained up quickly and to do well. So with that in mind, when you are telling somebody to either a task you want to accomplish, a goal you want to accomplish, or how to go about approaching something, not only should you be able to articulate it, right? If you're saying, hey, I want you to go, and we'll use this as an example, because lots of automotive people are going to, or who tune in and watch this with me. So I want you to go sell a car. And unfortunately, even now in 2017, that is still the management's process to training. Hey, Mr. New Salesperson or Mrs. New Salesperson, I want you to go sell a car, right? You tell them what you want to accomplish, but there's a bunch of steps that are involved within that. You know, establishing rapport with the customer, your greeting, your wants and needs evaluation. And whatever the process is for your store. We're just giving them the broad example and expecting them to read our mind or have received that information by some sort of osmosis. And so the thing is, if we're using I want you to go sell a car or go sell a car as the model, right? You have to, as a manager or as a leader, as somebody that is leading your salesperson to go sell a car, you have to be not just willing, but able to saddle up alongside them and say, okay, I want you to go sell a car and let me show you how. That's such a big key to not just training new hires and new people that are coming on in your organization, but it's such a big key to retention, to show your people that you know how to accomplish the task you're asking them to do. Right? So if you say, okay, salesperson, let's go sell this car. And the minute you go greet the customer, hey, my name's Mike. Welcome to the dealership. And this is, the salesperson that's going to ride shotgun with me through this. And I think a lot of times people get into management or leadership roles into the, and just using the dealership as the example, they get into that role and they think, oh, well, hey, I've made it. I don't have to do that anymore. So salesperson, just go sell a car, right? And if they don't know what to do, they don't know the expectation, it's not fair for you as a leader. It's not fair for you as a manager to get frustrated with them. It doesn't work that way. Now, if you've shown the person repeatedly, if you've said, okay, look, here's how we're going to go sell a car. I ride shotgun with them. We go and do it. The entire process, the greeting, the wants and needs evaluation, presenting the product, demoing the product, closing the deal, getting them on over to finance, and then even showing the individual how you want the customer followed up, like as finite as what you want said on or what you would say and what you want said on the message, on the live conversation. I mean, there's so much value in being able to perform those tasks as a leader, because people look at you and they'll gain respect. They say, look, if that guy or that gal can do it, then so can I, right? And that's, to me, that's one of the best ways people learn. It's one thing to tell them something or operate in a classroom setting, but one of the best ways that people learn is that tell and then show me. Right? When anyone here who's watching this, if you've come up in business, one of the ways that you probably adopted many of the functions that you do, the tasks and the pieces that you put together, the things that you do to be successful, is likely from watching someone else that was an expert, that was your guru, right? That was your mentor. You watched them and you said, man, if that person can do it, I want to do that. And you modeled it, right? We've all heard the saying, and I've said it who knows how many hundreds of times. I think I got it originally from Tony Robbins. I know he wasn't who coined the phrase, but it's been around forever. Success leaves clues, right? And that's exactly what it is. So people that are successful, if you model their behavior, if you model not just what they do, but how they do it, right? Not just what they say, but how they say it. So that's why I'm saying, even all the way down, okay, we went through sell a car and we went through that process, and all the way down to when you're doing that follow-up phone call, whether it's a message or a live phone call, actually exactly what the verbiage is, how they say it, what's the voice tone. How long is the phone call? If you model those things, you can repeat or at least get similar results, right? And if you practice it over and over again, you practice that and become excellent at it, then you get closer and closer to similar results of someone that is an expert. So going back to the message for today, tell and show. When you're telling someone to do something, number one, yes, you have to be able to tell the individual and articulate well what you want accomplished. You can't be vague about it. You have to be finite and you have to be specific. You have to be able to articulate it in steps to the individual so that it comes across. Because some people will learn that way. They'll say, okay, look, just give me the steps and I can get it, right? Or sometimes, here's a unique way to go about something. Tell the person just the end result. Tell them the end result, show them what it's going to look like at the end result, and don't get so bound up in all the specifics of how you would do it. Especially if you've struggled in the past and you said, well, hey, I can get the result, but I feel like I know there's a better way. Then just give them the instruction and give them the end result, and either let that individual or let that team of individuals figure out the path for themselves. You might be surprised. They may give you a new way to accomplish something that then you can learn by watching them. Hey, I told you, now you're showing me, and I'm learning something, and I'm gaining value, and I'm growing. And so, I mean, that's what all this is about, is growing people. Either you're growing as a leader, as a manager, as someone in that sort of position, or you are spending time growing your people and bringing them up with you. You know, one of the best things you can do as a leader is to empower people. Grow them and empower them. Make it so you can eliminate yourself. And that is a scary, scary deal when you're telling someone and showing them what to do. And if it's a task that you've gotten really good at and you feel like in your organization, well, I'm really good at this task, so I'm needed, right? They have to keep me around because I'm needed to be able to do this. But if you can multiply yourself and get 2 or 3 or 4 other people to accomplish that task at, I think they say 75, 80% of what you can, or the same level that you can, or better than you can, that's a scary deal, because then you're saying, well, look, I could be eliminating myself. But the reality is, if you show someone, you tell them how to get there, you let them go on their own, and they get into a position where they become awesome at this task or this goal that you've laid out for them, and it eliminates the need for you to continue to do that task every day or every week or however often you're performing it. What you got to understand is that then frees you up to go to the next level, to accomplish more things, to learn more skills that then you can bring people along with, right? So the people that are the best leaders are the ones that are just fearless. Tell and show and grow and bring the people along, empower them, be fearless, and get to where you can eliminate your tasks. And by that, I don't mean like totally eliminate yourself from the position or eliminate yourself from work, though you could eliminate yourself from the position, because if you get someone that is the same level as you are and you eliminate yourself from the position, that allows you to move up. That's one of the things with people that are leaders or managers, especially middle-level managers. They're worried about bringing somebody up, and so they don't train them. They don't invest time with them. But then the thing is, they wonder why they're stuck. It's because nobody can ever replace them, right? It's this weird, it's like a parallel universe. So I'm encouraging you, when you are doing training, when you're growing your people, when you're empowering your people right now, tell them and show them. Tell them what the task is. Sometimes tell them the ways to get there, give them the bullet points, and then show them what that success looks like. You have to be able to, you can't not attend training, or you can't not show up and expect accountability. It doesn't work that way. You have to show up. You have to be as accountable as your people are. It's a two-way street, So that's my message for today on this episode of The Front. It's Tell and Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, check out leadtheteam.tv. Check it out on Google Play, on iTunes, and iHeartRadio. And thank you very much for spending time with me today. Remember, I do this every single Wednesday and Sunday, so make sure you come back and check it out. And until then, hope you have an absolutely fantastic day.